Yet. Hi, guys.
Hey,
Hi,
are
Paul.
we live?
Yeah.
Hello.
Oh.
And we're live.
Hey!
I like the surprise live moment.
Caught me off guard there. I was like, oh, okay.
I figured as much.
Oh, welcome to another episode of Geek Eclectic podcast. I'm Stu.
This is Nick's crotch talking to you live.
We are joined by a special guest tonight, Paul,
Yes, we
agent of the
is.
podcast.
What up, buddy?
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Hey, anytime.
I like talking to crotches as much as possible, so I really appreciate the opportunity.
What can I say? I realized, oh shit, I hadn't plugged in my earphones yet, so everyone's going to hear themselves reverberating through the whole thing, or I could throw this in my crotch real quick, which, not going to lie, kind of hurt, because I basically tapped myself with a microphone, and plugged in real quick, so...
Speaking a little bit higher.
No, I'm good.
Okay.
It actually just brought me up to what you normally hear.
Gotcha. Right.
Hmm?
So, Paul, welcome to the show. Thanks for coming on with us. We appreciate it.
I'm just curious, did you have a pop filter on that mic? Because, I mean, if that's happening there, then that really shouldn't be that big of a deal. Because that pop filter is going to hold it in place.
Usually does. I don't have it on right now. I literally sat there. I was like, all right, well, we're doing this one. I fucking blow this out, all this shit. Fell down. I more or less literally grabbed it and put it in my crotch. I forgot how fast I was moving.
So the next microphone you're going to buy it on, like, relative weight to...
Yeah.
your
Relative.
crotch. You're like, listen,
Relative differential of region. So if I do need to put it in my crotch, it at least is around it, not just my balls. It's not basically just like a sweet spot with a hammer and just like crack, crack, crack. That's the next mic for us.
how many
So
mics
look,
can you buy that are shaped like the palm of a hand?
Yeah.
I could probably find at least two. Worst comes to worst, we can go to a porn shop. We can get a one of those fists that some people have found useful.
Wow.
Not
And-
familiar with what you're talking about whatsoever.
Sure, yeah. And we're gonna take it and put it around it as almost like a safety guard for a phone,
Oh my God.
just in case.
I'm just trying to picture this in my head.
I
Of
think
you,
it's
like,
easy to do.
oh, this is disturbing.
Don't worry, Stu. The first one I'm going to do that for is yours, so it's all good.
Can't wait.
Look, did you hear that? Did you hear that, Paul? Can't wait.
Can't wait for that.
Yeah,
All right, guys.
You can do whatever you want.
Pretty much, yeah. I can definitely make this work. I've got some power tools. I've got some free time. I've got some anger. It's perfect.
I think that the more you're building this up, the more people are going to want to see this. So I'm thinking you have to do it now.
This almost feels like an unspoken torture device in the movie Seven.
It really does.
One photo is like, what happens? Like, I made him make this for me, you know?
How did you know? How did you know?
The Seven's like one of the best movies ever made, and I just always hope one day to get a custom-made leather harness. I don't know. That's
I'm not going to lie to you. This isn't a dream beyond my own comprehension. I get it. I get it good. But, no, I don't, actually. But it's all good. It sounds funnier if I agree with it, so yes. So, Stu, you wanted to talk about something. I've forgotten what it was because I literally, my notes are behind me, and I'm going to stand up and get them with my earphones off.
Oh my God. Well, it's been how long? What has it been? Has it been a week? Has it been 2 weeks since we've done the show?
It's been a week. Other people did the show last week. Well,
Okay.
me and someone else did the show last week.
I can never remember. Time is flying by here.
Stu's trying to sell his house on the quick. So.
Yeah. So I've been busy doing all kinds of stuff. So it's hard for me to keep things straight as of late. But
Are you thinking, is that what's going on? Where it's like, listen, I took all the copper pipe out. I don't want people to know about it. I just needed to get it off.
pretty much, yeah. Just patching things up, making them look pretty. Meanwhile,
Yeah.
the copper, like Renee, take the copper pipe, get out of the house right now.
Don't worry about the asbestos. They won't notice.
Don't worry. No, don't worry about that. Oh God.
Asbestos, it's
Cardboard
good.
cutout of a house facade on the front of the house.
Yeah, it's like it's on a stand. It's like one of those old wooden sets. It just falls on you while you're standing in the window area.
Like your target market's like old-timey silent actors that will walk by just as the moment that falls forward.
And then it falls.
Exactly.
Ads are just like just title cards. That's all it is. Just
Yes.
like
Yes.
That's just the listing. It's just us holding the pictures, and each time you click the picture over, it's a different different card.
I like
Oh
that,
God.
actually.
Yeah. So
To
that's
which I think the next
silent
option needs to
talkies.
be- that'd be perfect. But the next thing we're gonna have to do, and I personally think this is a almost mandatory concept. We're gonna have to have tours of one of the places that Geek Eclectic's been, recorded. We're gonna have to have tours of it. So I'll charge $10 a head, and you'll get $1.20. It'll be good. It'll be fun.
I have to tell the new family living there.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone, sorry, this is a Cleveland landmark, people. You're
Yes.
going to accept it. It's fine.
We're
Don't
coming
worry.
through.
And this is where the window was broken one time, but they replaced it before his wife found out. So, haha, there you go.
Well, they won't be able to say anything. They're going to be silent film. They're going to be the silent. They're going to
true.
be like mimes, pretty much. So
I'd
they're not going to
be-
be able to say anything about it.
Just be
I'd be
over-
They'll just
overjoyed.
be like, okay. They'll just shake their heads. Mm-hmm. Okay.
show up and then chase you around.
I'm good with that. We need to get the Benny Hill music just in case. Or we can get Mark for the piano, just doing the. I don't know why I went Star Wars. But
Yeah, I was gonna say you
that
went
was
Cantina
fucking
Man
important.
there.
It went importantly Star Wars.
Oh Lord. What?
Sorry, there was a topic, and then you talked about flipping your house because
Yeah.
of copper pipe in it.
So besides selling my house, yeah. Gosh, it's been a long week full of news here. One of the things I wanted to bring up first, because I love wrestling, I saw that Sting is retiring, or at least that's the rumor out there right now. Now, Paul, I don't know if you're a huge wrestling fan, but
Funny that you should say that. I'm not, but I have that got me like watching. They had me watch WrestleMania last year, and I had a good time with them. And I've just been kind of like piecemealing it back together. And then I signed up for that 30-day free trial of the WWE Network.
oh yeah,
It is one of the smoothest apps I've ever used on the Xbox. I don't know how they got
Really?
that right. Like the content's like for just being wrestling, it's an amazing amount of content. There's always a live stream you could click on that's just what's going on their network. It's like a really good app. And it's almost like I want to subscribe just because I like the app so much. It's like really really good. So I've been watching recently. And oddly enough, I was at Our Lady of Mount Carmel on Friday night to watch the absolutely intense wrestling live with my friends. So I got to see some quote unquote actual wrestling. And
Sure. Why not?
so, yeah, it's just funny that you say that because I'm having this weird like moment of like watching a lot of wrestling.
yeah. Well, that's pretty cool. I mean, yeah. The thing about Sting though is like I watched probably back early 2000s, early 90s, and like I don't really watch as much now. I just watch pretty much, when Stone Cold Steve Austin, all these big names that everybody kind of knows were around, and that's like when Sting was around, WCW, WWE, or WWF at the time. So when you have someone like Sting retiring, it's like, dude, like that's, I don't know,
That's
it makes
about
you
fucking time.
it makes you feel old, but the guy is. How old is he?
He put off the WWE for such a long time, and then he finally decided to join the company. And then he had that match last year at WrestleMania with Triple H that they turned it into a big WCW versus WWE thing, which was whatever. I mean, I didn't really care why that was happening, but it was fun to see him. He's like an Undertaker territory of like no muscle tone anymore, but you got to respect that he can still do it.
Oh yeah.
And then he had like a couple matches, then he got really hurt, and then he can't go on. So it's
Yeah,
like,
'cause,
yeah,
he
spinning.
was like in a net. He was in like a match with like Seth Rollins or something. And he landed. I saw he like landed on his neck, and it did not look good at all. I mean, he could not move, and you knew something was wrong. So that's why they had to finish it right away. But
Yeah. So it's a bummer that he never got to be in that type of limelight. I mean, it was self-imposed, a lot of it, but like
Yeah.
missed his prime whenever like the Attitude Era was going on.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah, I mean he had his time, during WCW where the NWO was around, and that's what I remember is him always coming out of the rafters, beating the crap out of everybody in the NWO, and it's like every show ended that way with him just beating everybody in the ring, and this one guy is just standing tall in the middle of it all.
So are you ready for a piece of information that I learned through my free trial of the WWE Network?
Yes.
I guess I'm just sponsoring myself with that app this entire time.
That's all good.
So according to the whole talk that whenever Razor Ramon and Diesel came over to the NWO, there was a rumor of a third man, and it turned out to be Hulk Hogan, but because Hulk Hogan approached the guy who's running WCW, originally it was supposed to be Sting, was supposed to be the third man to join the NWO.
Really?
Which, I mean, I'm sure they're just like, you got black and white T-shirts, it just makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, the man's never had color on him for the most part.
Well, before he turned into Sting, he was like a bleach blonde, buzz cut dude, and he did have like colorful paint on his face. So he was kind of a big WCW star, but when Hogan came over, I think he kind of might have eclipsed it a little bit.
Well, yeah, it's interesting that he was the anti-hero for the WCW through that whole big storyline, and he was supposed to be one of the members of
the whole damn thing.
Yeah. Oh, that was interesting. I didn't know that. That's kind of funny.
I feel like I've got my free knowledge out from that, watching a bunch of guys just touch each other in a ring.
As of today, he is 57.
57? Seriously?
Today is his birthday as well.
Happy birthday, Sting!
I'm glad you lived through it.
I looked it up real quick. I was like, oh, and then like March 20th.
Get out of here!
Fuck off! It's right now.
All right, happy birthday, Stinger.
There it is. I'm not changing the name of the episode. But
you can't now.
no, it's exactly what it should be. Post Nerd-Lesque and Invasion of the Paul. Boom, done.
Oh wow. Well, yeah, I just saw that little piece of info, but I thought I'd share that Sting was retiring. So.
About damn time. He's 57. Jesus Christ.
Well,
How much can a man's body fucking take?
Well, wasn't Ric Flair still wrestling for a while there? Well, how old is he? That dude is old as hell, and he was still going in there and
look up Ric Flair now. He is now managing his daughter, and the hair. It is just terrifying. And he's still walking around like he is in his prime, and it's just creepy because he's managing his daughter.
Oh.
There's issues there.
Yeah. Yeah. I would say a lot of these guys, I'm sure a lot of them would not hang it up if they had the choice. Like Hogan, I'm sure he would probably still be in there. But obviously he's going,
Obviously he's a bit of a racist at the moment.
A little bit.
It's all good.
Yeah.
It happens, I guess. Apparently, if you watched any of the shit that... What he's your I was never huge into wrestling, but Stu, you know who I'm talking about. The most insane. Don't smoke, and he fucking
Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah. If you watch any of the Ultimate Warrior shit, he basically sat there and was like, basically of all the things I really have to talk about, Hogan was a total piece of shit. That's basically the entire just the whole fucking thing that he put on YouTube, and it was beautiful.
I think my favorite.
Just dead on. So
I think my favorite interview was Iron Sheik opening up about a lot of people. But then again, in this interview, he was drunk off his ass, and he was just shitting on everybody. Like he'd be like, "What do you think of Hulk Hogan?" He's like, "Hulk Hogan's a piece of shit." And then he would talk about Macho Man. He's like, "Macho Man's a piece of shit." Like
he suck Hulk Hogan dick. He suck Hulk Hogan ass.
Oh God.
Piece of shit.
I don't know, man. That's. I just thought I'd bring that up about Stinger, though.
Yeah, sports entertainment, whatever you want to call it, wrestling, because we all know it's not real, but those guys perform how many shows a year?
Something like 200.
The amount of physicality that goes into that, and it just wears you down. And what kind of thanks do you get at the end?
Yeah.
So
wheelchairs.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's what you get.
Wheelchair. They engrave it with your name
and a WWE logo on it.
That's right. And since they own it, they can take it away whenever the fuck they want.
Vince takes it away from him. You're fired.
Sit down on the floor, bitch. Like, it's just wrong, but it happens.
I don't
Well,
doubt that probably happens, but
even pro football players, there's like plans in place for a lot of them to have like some kind of post-career, whatever. But these guys don't have like that kind of safety net, so they'll go into like what you said, 57, and it's just it's scary to think like the stuff that there's probably so much stuff that happened that we're not aware of too, of like real injuries, but those guys roll with it. Like what was it? There's a match where Triple H had his calf muscle roll up his leg in the middle.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Finish
Oh
the
yeah.
match. Like I cut my fingernail the wrong way. I'm down for a day lying on the couch. Like I
Fuck
can't.
yes.
Yeah.
Dude, that's an insane injury too. That just means his ligaments literally detached from the muscle, and it just was like, hey, I got free room to go. Let's go this way and fuck it. And the best part is he's one of the fucking people that like runs the goddamn thing now.
Yeah.
And he still is like, don't worry about it. I can still run on this bitch, even though I can't feel my calf and I can't touch it without agony. I can run. Fuck it. I don't care. God damn, I missed it, but that'd have been terrible.
Well, that's a lot of these guys put their, as Paul, as you said, they put their bodies on the line, and to a degree, it's entertainment, but to a degree, it is somewhat real because these guys are really hurting themselves. You got Daniel Bryan who just retired. You had Edge not too long ago, Edge I think who retired not too long ago.
And Christian, there's like the two.
Yeah,
guys.
Chris, yeah.
And, you think about like I don't know, just in terms of entertainment standpoint, like you have the only thing I can think of equating it to is like a hockey player. Like those guys sometimes can go 15 years pro or even longer.
Oh God, yeah.
Like they get beat up and they don't even care. It's like, can you put boots on my feet? I don't even care if I feel my feet. I'm going back out there. And it's the type of thing where it's like there's a certain level of manliness that I'll never understand or attain.
Oh yeah.
I think we all will understand that. Yeah, I don't know. I love wrestling. I love seeing these guys stick it out as long as they can. But when you see someone like that, something like that happened to Sting, especially in that last match he had. You just knew that he was probably not going to be coming back.
Well, that's why
it did not look good at all. And
Undertaker's just going to die, and we won't even know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I believe that.
Dead man will be literally the dead man, and we will have no idea it happened.
Yep.
Well, he's got the fucking casket ready.
His last match will be a casket match.
He's like, exactly. He just won't get out of it. So he just lay down. No big deal.
Oh, you gotta have JR like, oh my God, he's dead. He's really dead. By God.
Bell's palsy, motherfucker. My God.
This cannot be real.
Although, why the fuck aren't they bringing some of them into this? Because, honest to God, Jerry the King Lawler's been doing it for long enough. They might want to think about, I don't know.
Well, he stopped wrestling because he had like a mini stroke or heart attack in the ring a couple years.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, shit. Now they can bring in like fucking. Well, obviously, Dwayne Johnson's doing a lot better than most of them are. But they can bring in some actual personalities from back in the day. Fuck, bring in Steve Austin. Although he's also doing pretty well for himself right now too.
He has a great podcast.
Because of the Undertaker, and that's why he had to stop wrestling too.
Yeah.
But I think they should just go more of like the Running Man route, where they just CGI Jesse Ventura over top of somebody.
Oh my God.
Well, Spike Schwarzenegger.
That's perfect. Actually.
Yes. Yes.
Captain Freedom in that.
Oh my God.
You have a Spike match versus two governors.
Yes. Oh my God, yes.
I would pay to see that.
How has this not happened yet?
I would totally pay to see that. WrestleMania.
Loser of the match gets that other state's debt. Boom.
But yeah, I don't think Ventura would want to have California's debt on his shoulders.
I know.
He'll take the fall.
But you never hear about their crippling debt.
Maybe they shouldn't. Maybe he should have opened his fucking mouth then. He wants to talk a big game. He's gonna have to fucking show up to the big game.
I just think that a lot of political situations could be settled by the Running Man. I think that'd be a good way to go.
I'm not gonna lie. I wouldn't be against that, really, honestly.
I would love that.
I think Bernie might have a problem with it, but overall.
Have you seen that guy? Have you seen him run to a subway train though, Nick? The guy can run.
Yeah, I don't want to see
run.
freaking in the middle of the Running Man. So I like Alpine.
Seeing Bernie Sanders run. I'm just picturing this in my head right now.
Imagine Ted Cruz's what was his name? Dynamo, the one that was the opera singer guy running the car. I can see that happening.
Yes. Just someone getting killed by the goalie guy. Oh my god. I would love that. Like the hockey guy just takes Trump's like hair off or something. Like, just scalps him or something.
His name was Sub-Zero, and
Yeah.
you think about that now? Like, oh, he looked like a ninja, but he was a hockey guy. His name was Sub-Zero.
God. Just remember, Ted Cruz still looks like the guy from Stryker. So.
Yeah, I think it's funny. He looks like that. Looks like he's one of the members of Stryper, which is weird. But I think someone called him a what was it? Community theater Dracula, and I thought that was the best description I've heard of him.
Oh my God.
I don't take credit for that joke. It was
Definitely.
That was great. That was dead on.
That's definitely the best description of him.
Oh, he's just that guy.
I think my absolute favorite moments are when you see him with his kids, and they're just like, "Get the fuck away from me!"
Yeah, he tries to get.
Even the kids. The kids are at the age that they want to hug daddy and they want to hug mom, you know, that bullshit. But they're still like, "Get the fuck away from me!"
He's just so desperate to give. He's so desperate to give these kids some love, and they're just. He's like, come on, give me a hug. Come on, please, give me a hug, honey. And the girl's just like, get away from me, God, get away from me. Oh, come on, give Daddy some sugar, just a little bit.
I mean, regardless of what your political leanings might be, just some people have a face that you're just like, I don't trust them.
Yeah,
and that's just.
I've just been stunned by how many have popped out that are exactly that, though.
Like that face.
The sales manager at a car lot that you don't want to talk to him. You want to talk to somebody else.
Yep.
It's just everything that you want to hear, and then somehow put it all in the contract that you're about to sign and not tell you, and then you're like spending like $200 more a month. You'd be like, oh, I explained it in the contract. It's like, no, you didn't, Ted Cruz.
You motherfucker.
He just looks like a car sales guy. And I don't want to, no offense to car sales guys.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I used to be one. It's fine. We're douchebags. It's true.
I mean,
car sales guys probably don't want to be associated with him, but
will that help
you can't help but think of it, though. Oh, God.
What'd you say?
Will that help you run for political office?
Probably would have, actually.
You're like, listen, I guarantee you 4 years if you buy this extended warranty.
Right
Money
now,
down.
First 4 years on the house. Next 4 years, we're working for this one right here, my friend.
You got bad credit? No problem.
My name is Mark, and you can count on it.
Oh, man. I would love that for that, though. Running Man. We need to do that for our for politics. That would be perfect. To determine the president. Survive.
I'd be perfectly fine with that. Also, I think we should always have them do a debate with Mark.
With Mark from Norton's Furniture?
Yeah.
So you have Mark from Norton's Furniture asking the questions?
Yes.
Wow. I actually would like...
That's not even a joke. That's actually serious. I think the personalities all meld together with that guy right there.
So, let me get this straight. Mr. Cruz.
You sound like the voice in my head. I know I do.
Mr. Cruz, is it true that you work in a car dealership?
Yes, that is true.
That's actually a fairly decent voice of it. It's not bad, Stu.
Oh, Ted Cruz? Or...
Yeah, that's not a bad one, honestly. I mean, it's not standard Shaft, but or just Shaq, but overall, yeah. It's really good.
Well, it's just like I do not like Ted Cruz. I'm sorry. No, just do not like him. I don't trust him. Anyways, I don't like talking about politics, but we'll move right along.
That was I brought that up. My apologies.
No, it's fine. The best part was my move away from it was going to be that Josh Molina from West Wing's about to do a podcast about West Wing.
Ooh. Will they talk about them walking down the hallways?
They're doing each episode.
Yeah, will they do an active hallway count the entire time? That would be.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Group walks down hallway.
They're literally going to do, all right, watch the episode, discuss the episode. That's one fucking podcast. I'm not going to lie, that seems a little unfair since, number one, he's an actor. Number two, he was on the motherfucking show. And number three, that automatically guarantees you a 2 million people probably listen to the fucking thing. That's like, hey guys, I'm gonna sit and talk about exactly what I was on, and cool, all right.
Oh, but isn't there a show out there that you wish that, like, if you had like Bryan Cranston do a
I'd love him.
like every episode of Breaking Bad, or even it was him and you get like Frankie Muniz just to do a podcast about Malcolm in the Middle each episode. I would listen to that. I think that would be amazing.
But you know what? The guy I honestly would have overall really rather for it, not Josh Malina. I mean, he'd be good, don't get me wrong, he's a very entertaining guy, but definitely not Josh Malina.
Well, I'm not that familiar with West Wing, so like what role?
What?
I wasn't interested in what was on. Like,
I can't say that I watched it. I can't say that I watched it a lot. All I remember is that they walked down a lot of hallways.
I'm the one that watched all of the episodes.
a lot of people like it. I just at the time it was not really something that was of interest to me, and I just never got to it.
I'd rathered Bradley Whitford be in it.
Oh, okay. Yes.
I love, full honesty, I think Bradley Whitford probably hasn't done really any wrong in the last decade and a half. Including divorcing his wife. But besides that, let's see, Studio 60 on the Sunset Strip, you had West Wing, you had
Good Guys.
Fucking Good Guys. God damn right you had Good Guys.
Come on. He was the bad guy, Billy Madison, right? That was him.
Oh
Yes,
yeah,
he was.
That's right.
Yeah, Eric.
Yes, he
that
was.
was his name.
He
Yeah.
was also in Son of a Woman, getting him fucking choked against the wall with a Ranger chokehold.
And he's one of the techs in Cabin in the Woods. So yeah, like
yeah.
podcast to him no matter what.
Exactly. Although he has to have one of the best lines yelling into his face by Pacino, like ever. Ah, you got too busy into sugar, son. Wife wants you to just taste some of her honey. Just exactly what you expect them to talk about at Thanksgiving, at their family's home. As I blow out the audio track. All right, so what's been going on this week for everyone here? I had a busy week, but I'm curious about everyone else's because so far we did not talk all that much this week. So I'm curious.
Well, I already told you about all the dude watching I've been doing.
I know you've been watching just
masculine
men that are greased up, touching each other.
Yeah, pretty much. I was hoping. That and so because I was like, I need more dude watching. I ended up I just binge watched all of Daredevil season 2.
I'm only halfway through it.
I just started the first episode. I gotta get going on that.
I have a
You're
problem
behind.
watching. Like I just do it and my brain falls apart when I get to the last 3 hours. I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore, but I have to finish it. So it's bad.
Oh, I know. But but so far it's so fucking good.
No, it's a good season. I'm not gonna.
Oh no, you're not ruining anything for me. I mean, Stu's gonna take another month to get through it anyway. But overall, just son of a bitch. It's so good right now.
Yeah,
Like-
it makes me wish that DC would get its act together and actually put out like a legitimate Batman series. Not that I'm a big DC guy, but you could see a Batman series working like this, and people would love it.
Well, it would be nice to see something a little bit more like as much as I love like Arrow and the Flash.
And
I would
DC
love.
Legends of Tomorrow.
Yeah, as much as I love those, I would like to see something a little bit more, kind of like the issues that Daredevil is delving into, and just a little bit more serious, I guess you could say.
Well, it gets a little Arrow towards the end of the season, which is good and bad.
Okay.
That's all I'll say about that.
Okay.
There's some fantastical elements to like the core of his character and his backstory.
Oh,
So
yeah.
they dive into that a little bit more, but it's still I love it. It was great.
Well, yeah, I just jumped into that first episode, and after that, I was like, oh, shit. So I've got more to go, obviously, but I'm pretty excited about that. Real quick, I just wanted to bring this up. I wanted to see what you guys thought about this. I know just recently Jeremy Renner said that he would be interested in doing a Hawkeye Netflix series. How would you feel about that? Would you want to watch a Hawkeye Netflix show?
I would just rather them just do like a four episode arc of like some of the other characters, and just not go full on seasons, but give me like stories.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't have a Hawkeye series. Like we already have Arrow. We already have enough guys with bows and arrows on TV right now. We don't need like with Arrow. There's like 7,000 other people that have arrows on that show.
Yeah.
We need a Hawkeye show to go with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It would just be cool to actually not have a movie, but actually have like 4 to 6 episodes of like Hawkeye with actually having it just a standalone story, and that way it gives it time to breathe and then move on to like I don't know like even not that you'd want to do Black Widow as a TV series, but something like that.
God, yeah, just to give them more depth, because let's be honest, we've spent so much time with Iron Man, we spent so much time with Thor, we spent so much time with fucking Captain America, that they're really well-rounded characters. But I mean, shit, Black Widow's been in, what, 4 at this point, and I still barely know anything about her other than the fact, apparently, that she did ballet and can't have kids.
Yeah, so I mean, like Agent Carter has more development right now than she does.
Yep. It would just be nice maybe if they even shared a series or shared some sort of, I don't know, mini movie, I don't know, something where you just learn a bit about more of their characters, because I feel like they're there, but you just don't know too much about, again, like what Nick said, you don't know too much about them.
Like give me like 6 episodes of War Machine. Just that would be.
Yes.
Yeah, I want to know more about Rhodes.
I want to see him on and also I think it's a great concept of letting them kind of take out the mythos of, I mean, fuck, you are a movie star, you have only nothing but movies to be in, period. I'd like it to be like, yeah, we're movie stars, but we also like to have fun, so we also do this television show that's in the same context, and also it's connecting the movie and the television universe together. DC, take some fucking notes.
Yeah, I mean, Netflix has shown that you can have different structure with how you present content, so I don't see why not giving us something like like Marvel presents something, and then have that be your season, so you still have like your 13, 14 episodes, but then just break it up and have like other stories. I mean, not that I would be over the moon for more Marvel and Netflix stuff, because I know Luke Cage is coming in September, and I know there's talks of a Punisher series, which that'd be cool too.
They're still talking about what's his name? Oh, for Christ's sake, Iron Fist. Is it just me, or were you a little surprised when everyone got really pissed off that there wasn't going to be an Asian person starring it? Because I sat there and it's so in my head. I was like, are they really flipping out about this? Because I sat there, I was like, I swear to God, I didn't read a lot of Iron Fist, but I thought it was some random white kid. I didn't think it was anything like special about him, just some random fucking white kid, and everyone's like, no Asian actor, fuck this movie. Like, I was stunned.
Kind of like he was Bruce Wayne, basically, just like this rich kid, like the charm of life, and then he gets orphaned, because that's what happens to all rich kids.
Absolutely.
It's adoption. Yeah. I don't know. Like, I mean, it's just I'm sure that I'm sure they'll figure out a way to walk the line and not be offensive and be honoring the traditions of whatever it is that he's coming from, because I know it's the whole. Marvel will do fine with that. I don't think it's going to be offensive. It would be one other thing if they put like a white guy in the role of Luke Cage. I think that would be.
I would be fine with them flipping some shit out.
That would be weird. It's just like, oh, finally Luke Cage. Nope.
No, it's Lucas Cage, actually. Don't worry about it. Yeah, there is. Random white guy. I mean, Christ, we've watched pretty much everything else in the world. Jesus. Apparently everything in the Oscars. I didn't judge it. I don't give a fuck, but hey.
I don't really care about race and the interpretation of comics and movies and everything. Like, I mean, people lost their mind over Johnny Storm being played by Michael B. Jordan in the new movie. I'm fine with it.
And he was like the only good part about the fucking movie.
He's great.
Yeah, it's just that I feel like if there's a shortage of a certain minority ethnicity, sex represented in the media, then address that, but don't just go changing something for changing something's sake. That's
exactly.
all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. There's no fucking need for it.
We're seeing a lot of that with a lot of characters just changing up. From either their races or gender. that kind of thing. Which it doesn't bug me too much.
Well, they fixed Elektra, I can tell you that.
What was that?
Fixed Elektra. It's no longer Jennifer Garner, white girl from West Virginia, playing Elektra. So.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to just the Defenders series on Netflix. I think that's what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah,
just
awesome.
having them all team up, and I don't even know who they're going to fight, but I guess we'll end up finding out soon. But yeah, I thought I'd bring that up because I saw that recently where Jeremy Renner was just like, oh yeah, it'd be cool to have a Hawkeye series, but who knows?
Here, Paul, we've never discussed this part, but overall, personal opinion, who is the best Superman in the last 20 years?
Oh, actor-wise?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a tough
20
one.
years. I'm taking away Christopher Reeve, and basically it's of all the ones left, who was the best one?
After Reeve,
After
I
Reeve,
feel like Brandon Routh had something. I just feel the movie let him down.
big time.
I feel like the problem is trying to
fucking
fill shoes though.
They put that out during another television series where Superman was on the fucking screen already.
Yeah.
Like,
And
you sit there and go, like, let's start with a bad start on its own.
I don't think there's been a terrible Superman. I just think that the projects around those actors have not been the best.
Yeah. Like I felt like that movie alone, what was it? Superman Returns? Is that what it was called? Yeah.
Yes, it was.
I felt like Ralph could have had another go around. I feel like he was, as I said before, he was a great Clark Kent. He had it down. He nailed the Christopher Reeve mannerisms of being kind of like the bumbling, fumbling, reporter that Clark was. But I also feel like I don't know. Part of me felt like his Superman character, being Kal-El was a little weak to me. I don't know. That was just me. I felt like, and again, as you said, Paul, it's all about the people that you have around you at that time.
Writing.
Surrounding the project.
Luther, I just think that movie had no teeth. Like there was nothing.
Yeah.
Really, it just it was unfortunate that it just kind of was there. Like they were playing it safe to try to get Superman back out in the movie space to get people excited again.
Yeah.
It didn't stick the landing, and I feel like this Man of Steel movie that I don't understand. Like, you could have given me the first 20 minutes of that movie could have been its own movie, and I would have loved it. But the rest of it was kind of, again, I don't know. Like I just think that Zack Snyder was too eager to get full on Michael Bay and destroy everything at the end.
Yeah, it didn't quite hit the mark, and in fact, it might have missed the mark a little bit. But I don't know. It was okay. I'm looking forward to obviously next week with Batman versus Superman. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, Nick, what is yours? I have a feeling I know what your Superman's going to be.
That's perfectly obvious. The best Superman.
No.
It's got to be fucking Tom Welling. Call me fucking crazy, but he did it for a decade. Couldn't hear what you just said.
I said, what about Tim Daly from Wings? He was the voice of all the cartoons.
I fucking love Tim Daly.
Oh yeah.
I'm assuming you've seen the fucking Tim Daly versus Batman, so it's literally Kevin Conway and fucking Tim Daly fighting in his little internet show.
Yeah, that was funny.
I loved that. But no, I honestly think that if the one thing they should have done that they would have had extreme success with is if they just sat there and went, okay, so the Smallville thing has gone on for a decade. It's somewhat popular, as it's gone on for a fucking decade, and got better ratings than the movie that we put out during it. Why don't we just say, hey, Tom, you want $30 million to be Superman for 2 hours? All right, let's do this. And just take the successful show and go, here's a movie, enjoy. You have no more backstory to do. You don't have to tell any of the story of how his fucking dad dying. You don't have to tell any of the shit about how him and Lois got together. None of this shit. It's just, here's Superman. Go. I'd love that.
Yeah, I mean,
DC's problem though is that they just assume that every movie you walk into, you don't know the story, so you have to go open up a fresh pack of Batman's parents.
Yeah.
Show them. Like it just, I'm making the joke. They're talking about how there's possibly make a Ben Affleck prequel Batman. And I'm like, good, because I don't know what happened to his parents. You got to let me know, please. No.
That's the problem with DC. They treat their fans like idiots. For a lot of comic book fans and movie watchers. They are intelligent. They know. They've heard the origin stories like a million times. You've heard Batman's a million times. You've heard Spider-Man's a million times. You've heard Superman's a million times. We know. We got it. But still, I have a feeling we're gonna get one in Batman versus Superman. I think you see like a flashback possibly, but
Of course you do.
we know. We got it.
It's like at this point, all you need is like Sarah McLachlan singing a song over top of it just to really drive it home.
Yeah.
That, and just out of nowhere, when,
just see
when
the
his
pearls
parents get gunned down. When his parents get gunned down and you see the pearls falling, you see a dog with one eye and 3 legs hopping over to Bruce and getting shot by the guy that killed his parents. Like, that's really what you need to do with it next.
Oh, no. oh, God. Well, yeah, that's DC's problem. It would be genius if they did that. If you had a Tom Welling be Superman, you tie in the series to the movie, done. I mean, I agree with you there, Nick. I think that DC has missed a lot of opportunities.
Like all of them.
Yeah, and hopefully they'll rectify that moving forward. But I don't know. So far, some of the TV shows have been good, but I just wish they could go a little bit extra mile. Possibly do something like Daredevil, a little bit
Perhaps
more
8
serious.
miles extra.
Yes.
Go 8 more miles.
Including
All right.
Eminem song.
Just damn it, I was already going to put that in right there, but that's fine. No, it's too obvious.
Oh, sorry.
So, I listened to the majority of the superpower hero villain bracket that you guys did.
Yeah. So this last episode that we did, Invasion of the Podcast, we decided to try. We decided to bite off more than we could chew and have a 64-man, like basically the March Madness version of heroes and villains. And that's all well and good. It's just the first round.
That's fucking so long.
Yeah. I was going to do a second round that night, and I was looking at Joe. I was like, we need to wrap this up, just because I realized that like this is going on too long, and it's just 3 guys just saying, I don't know if this one fictional character can beat up this other fictional character. Like, that doesn't it's not really compelling, Like,
I enjoyed the shit out of it, but the one thing I was hoping for I was hoping for like a little bit more of like, oh yeah, Bishop would totally would fuck up Mr. Negative, or no man, Mr. Negative would totally do this to Bishop. That was what I'm sitting there going like, because some of them I sat there, I was like, you guys are digging deep for some of these fucking guys, because I don't recognize some of them, and I know way too many of them.
More of like a what-if scenario of the actual fight, and I agree with you, and I'm thinking that's going to come out more.
Oh, it's once you guys start getting to the meat of the thing, I'm sure.
Yeah.
It's just like, because I realized, I'm like, oh my goodness, like we have too many, and that was like, you ever have a really good idea, and then about like 15 minutes into that idea, you're like, this is just way more than I thought this was. But you're already in the weeds, so you can't go walking back out of them. You just got to keep going. You
just got to go through.
My absolute favorite one had to be literally when you guys got to like Mysterio and Moon Knight, and it was like, yeah, because that was like the most detail you got to show out there for one of them. It was like, yeah, Moon Knight. Basically, he's poor man's Batman. And
he's the hobo Batman.
He's hobo Batman.
Yeah, because we had to describe it to our friend Jonathan, who he knows a lot about like the comic book movies and stuff, but he's not as well versed in the actual. He knows more about DC, which surprised me, but I think it's because he played a lot of DC Online, so I think you get a lot of the more oddball characters in there too. But we had to try to explain to him the concept of what Moon Knight is. It's like, that's not an easy thing to describe to somebody unless you go, not as rich Batman, crazy Batman, also hobo Batman. And it's all 3 of those Batmans, but he wears white. Just all of them. And also the phases of the moon dictate how strong he is. So there we go. And he might have a split personality. It's like, and his sidekick might be a flaming trash can that he puts his hands over to keep warm. We don't know that. No, I really love Moon Knight, and if Netflix says there's going to be like a Moon Knight series, I would lose my mind.
I'd watch that. I would have, from your description alone, I would absolutely watch that.
I would love it if they actually just gave us Marvel Knights, like you got Ghost Rider, Moon Knight, and then maybe even now if they can get Blade back, just do something like that where you have these like stories that just toss off each other, where it's like 6 episodes of Moon Knight just being crazy, and then 6 episodes of Ghost Rider. That would be so cool.
God, yes.
That'd be great.
Because it takes so much of the weight of carrying your own fucking series and just goes to the, we're having fun, we're telling you some stories, shut the fuck up and sit the fuck down.
And you don't have to worry about the budget being as crazy for every single time you had to show Ghost Rider. Like you could figure out how to do crazy Batman probably a little cheaper than Ghost Rider, you know.
God,
So
yes.
Yeah. You could have Moon Knight like swinging from the rooftops, carrying his flaming trash can.
you could just have him like in line at the VA because you know he probably he's waiting for benefits to kick in and just waiting red tape of the VA bureaucracy. That's a whole episode.
Oh, that's genius. I love that idea.
Oh no, we were trying for our little bracket. We were trying to come up with like not necessarily heavy hitters in the sense of like we were trying to keep the big names out of it because
I could tell.
like we're gonna vote Spider-Man every single time, like that, and because that's how much we love Spider-Man, and because of that I kept Venom out too because like Joe's a big Venom fan, so it's like we were trying to keep like the big guys out, so we're trying to give more love to some of the B-listers. Tough for DC because I don't know them that well.
You want an even playing field.
Kinda, yeah.
But somewhat.
We threw Howard the Duck out there. I don't know how even the playing field it is. But yeah, like my love of like mid '90s like Marvel is so like either like I love Darkhawk and no one remembers Darkhawk at all. No one remembers Sleeper. No one remembers these guys, but I love them, and it's like I always try to sneak them in no matter what we're doing, and it's like it's just you can't get people on board if they have no idea what you're talking about.
See, the thing that threw me was I'm sitting there. One of the things I'm like, how the fuck did they figure out the first fights? Because like one of them was like Deadshot and Trickster, and I'm like, I don't think it's a fair fight at all. Trickster's
how
gonna
did
get kicked in.
How did you guys determine that? Did you just put like numbers in a hat and just draw them, or did you just?
It was just a random generated thing. Like I wanted to actually go through and originally I wanted to break it up by just DC villains and Marvel villains in like one bracket, and then like kind of like separate out a little bit more. But then we went more random, and so you got some really weird fights to start off with. So
Oh yeah, like I was stunned by some. I'm like, God damn.
A lot of these are very. I was gonna say a lot of these are very interesting. Like it was.
Let me pull this. Why don't we do that? How about let's see what we got here. Oh shoot, we had Constantine versus Steel, and my statement was that was the Shaquille O'Neal Steel.
To which Stu can do a phenomenal voice for you on that.
Yeah.
Guy. He's ready to go if you need to have a Shaq.
I'll tell you what, man. Tell you what, anytime, I'll take John Constantine out, man, with my hammer. I got him.
But not a free throw, and that was the whole thing.
Not a single fucking three throw. I just remember that one.
Every time, if it's a three throw, that's my weakness.
He doesn't even use the magic to fucking beat him. He just goes up the court.
He just throws a basketball at him. He's like, all right, yeah, make the shot. You win.
God damn it.
But if Steel's playing the long game, Cancer's going to get Constantine eventually. So I mean, you don't know how long it will last. But like what else we had like Black Canary versus Bane, and I threw that out there because Joe despises Black Canary from Arrow, the TV series.
Oh yeah.
It's not like Laurel Lance whatsoever. So I was just trying to. I always like sneaking in Laurel Lance. So just,
don't worry. I liked Laurel Lance in the first season, and then she got some plastics done, and I was like, what in the fuck is going on? What am I seeing here?
And then they put a biker suit on her, and then that was it.
Yeah, it's just the first like 2 seasons. It was like, do we need someone to cry on cue? Let's just get her in here.
Yeah.
Bring Laurel in. Bring Laurel in. It'll be fun.
Cue the tears. Bring Laurel.
But yeah, we got some good fights coming up in the second round, and we'll go over. We're actually recording tomorrow, so we'll get into some of that. Hopefully, it won't be as long, but we have some fun stuff like Deadshot versus Power Girl. We're going to talk about that. A Moonstone versus She-Hulk. That'll be fun too.
Oh, that's going to be a good one.
Yeah, so we got some interesting fights here. Kitty Pryde versus Ghost Rider. Like that's going to be a tough one. Powerful. I don't care, but it's like, how do you phase through hell itself? And
easily,
you know.
Easily, just avoid some priests. You're good.
Yeah. But can we make it Ellen Page versus Nick Cage in that fight? Because I think that would be way more interesting.
I'm fine with that. I'm good with that, actually.
I think I might throw that curveball and be like, listen, we got to have movie versions of these guys. We got to have.
Oh my God. The few of these that actually have movie versions are going to be the movie versions.
Yeah. Yeah, because if I put actually John Henry as Steel from the comics, like I like that character. It was like working man's like Iron Man type of guy, but not Shaquille O'Neal. Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say, I think you had like Deathstroke versus like Booster Gold. Now, if you had like Will Smith if you had Will Smith Deathstroke, I might go with Booster Gold with that one.
Yeah,
Really?
I was trying to like I was trying to hint at like I wanted all TV and movie representations, but
Yeah,
it's not
I think that would be awesome. I would love that. But
so yeah, it's a big bracket, and hopefully we'll get through. If we don't get through it all this week, it's going to be which I don't think we should have to, because the March Madness basketball tournament's still going to be gone for like 2 weeks.
Exactly. I think you should not finish until they're finished.
Yeah, so I think we could probably do 2 more rounds tomorrow, and then just keep going and see how it works out. So, but anyway, it's fun. It's just that it took a while to come up with these B-list guys.
Oh my God, I cannot imagine, because I sat there literally listening, and I was like, I don't remember a third of the fucking people they're talking about.
I had to look up some myself. I was like, hey, who is this guy? Okay. I'm like, oh.
CP character, we had to look it up ourselves too. I'll be honest. Like my DC knowledge is not really strong.
Dude, Clock King. I wrote him down because I couldn't remember who the fuck he was.
I loved him from the cartoon. I thought that was great. It's like, you got like Mr. Magoo with like this freaking cane that looks like a clock, whatever, like a minute hand, and he fights Batman because he can time his punches. That's really cool.
That's not bad. But I literally sat there and was like, I have no idea who the fuck we're talking about. And then you describe him like, I like this. And some of the best moments were like, all right, these are 2 that are a little out there. So if you don't know them, you don't need to. And then it was instantaneously, you all were like, oh yeah, this guy, absolutely this guy. And moving on. And there was such an agreement. It was like, no more needed. That's all.
Yeah, it was after a while. I'm just like, yeah, I don't know how long we need to go on with that. So, but next time, if we do it like this time next year, which I think it'd be fun to try to come back to this, I'll have a better thought out. But it was like, when you think of an idea like a day before and you don't realize how big it is, it was a bit much.
But honestly, I enjoyed the shit out of it.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear the second part, man.
Well, thank you. So hopefully they'll be up here on Wednesday, because we're going to be recording tomorrow, but we want to give a little bit of time between our episodes, like I'm sure like you guys do.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So if you have to wait in suspense till probably Wednesday sometime.
That's perfectly fine. I enjoy the wait, because you know what? If I get too much of something, I sit there like I am with Deadpool. Well, not Jesus Christ, not Deadpool, but with fucking. See, that's how bad it is with Daredevil. That I fucking part of my brain turns to liquid and runs out my ear. Because Jesus Christ. For fuck's sake. How'd I fuck that one up?
Also, I don't want to hear myself for an hour and a half each week, let alone like multiple times each week, so I wouldn't want to wish it upon anybody else to listen to me for more than, 90 minutes at a time in any given week. So
Oh my God. I'm not going to lie, I feel the exact same way, but I don't mind listening to you guys. I sit down and I listen, I'm like, all right, fuck yes. I mean, I know the one voice, but that's fine. I can ignore that fact. But still.
That is tough, isn't it? Where it's like, if you actually know somebody, it's like you don't want someone to come to and be like, I liked your show. It's like, oh, great. It's like, but I know you already. So are you just being nice, or is it because you know me, or like, it's like it almost feels like you're like, oh, I made you a drawing. Well, that's perfect. I'm putting it on my fridge right now.
This is beautiful. Look at this figure this motherfucker gave me.
Yeah.
No, honestly, I enjoy it, and I'm enough of a nice guy that I would say that still, but I'm enough of an asshole that I also be like, not really, no. But this I actually enjoy. So
I'm looking forward to the next episode. I really am.
Yeah, well, we also have an interview too, so I'll more information about that whenever. Like, we have a guy who is doing like a weekly webcomic, meaning like a panel a week.
oh, really?
Yeah, it's just it's something called Saturday Night Slasher.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like it's kind of like a week by week like Halloween type slasher type guy, like it's kill people on Saturday night, which I don't know. It sounds like that guy works 6 days a week, and it's just like, hey, wait a second, it's Saturday. I'm going to get this out now because Sunday I have to go open, So, but yeah, it's interesting. So we're going to talk to one of the guys that's behind that, and because he's local as well, because we want to support local. So that'll be and because he is like he loves comics as well, it'd be fun to have him involved in our next 2 brackets of our big throwdown that we're having here. Hopefully he'll know more about DC, so he can help illuminate.
Yeah.
You see, if it was slightly less B-list, I'd be helpful. But it's way not. I'm like, fuck me, I don't know these people. Like Booster, I had solid on. I
Yeah.
had fucking Killer Frost, know plenty of. There was just some random shit. I was like, fuck, I don't know. I honestly don't know.
I just grew up with Marvel. I grew up with Spider-Man, X-Men, because I think someone I knew had a bunch of those comics, and I didn't really ever get into DC a whole lot. So and also it's like there's some DC that it's easy. I can forgive a lot of Marvel for some of the stuff they do, but then I'm like DC. I'm like that's a dumb idea, and I'm like wait, they pretty much have that in Marvel too. I'm like yeah, but that's cool.
You gotta do it fucking right.
It's like, oh, it's magic, but it's kind of like silly magic, and then it's like, but Doctor Strange, he's magic, yeah, but it's cool magic. Like I don't.
Okay, here, hang on. You were not a huge DC. You didn't grow up around it. What do you think of the new shows that are out?
That's just it. That's the saving grace. Is that for the longest time I put off watching Arrow because I was like, well, that's just Green Batman. I don't want to watch Green Batman. You know, like because I'm like I already have Red Batman. That's Daredevil. I love Red Batman.
I got Blind Batman. Goddammit.
Right. So then I started watching Arrow because I knew the Flash was on, and I really wanted to watch the Flash because that's more up my alley with just the weird villains, and I love the whole Rogues Gallery thing. So it's like, so I got caught up on Arrow, and then it got its hooks in me like season 2, and I really dig it. And there's some of the I feel like they have to still bow down to the CW thing of like we have to have some romantic complications at all times.
Yep.
But otherwise, though, it respects the source material, it respects the audience.
Yeah.
And it's cool. And Flash, I love so much because it's usually just ridiculous fun. And Legends of Tomorrow, I'm kind of about it too. It's a bit goofy, but I am a sucker for time travel, so I'm all about all this. Like Captain Cold, he needs to have his own show where he just goes around just being a jerk to people, and I would love it.
Him and Heatwave need to have their own show for sure.
Yeah, FYI, Stu has not been up to date with his DC Legends of Tomorrow.
I'm all caught up, Nick. So.
Oh really?
Oh, eat it, yeah.
That's gonna be a challenging thing to have with Heatwave.
That was my last. I can't remember.
If it's the rules of any TV show or comic, if you don't actually show it, it may not have happened.
Yep, something happened. So.
Yeah.
Of course, the only worry I have is the rules of CW that they can't show anything like that happening anyway. So.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, so I will say that the CW shows it's made me appreciate DC more, and that's a compliment to them. Like, it's so much that I'll even watch that Supergirl Flash crossover just because it has Flash in it, and then because I have not watched any of the CBS Supergirl stuff because
it's pretty good.
People told me that I don't know CBS in general. I'm not a big fan of their programming.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm not even gonna lie to you. Neither am I, and I'm pretty pissed off among other things that they're doing a new Star Trek thing, especially how they're fucking doing it. But they got that CBS money, and they're using it well with Supergirl. Like, they're using it real well with Supergirl.
Okay, maybe I'll give it a chance. It's just I felt like of all the shows, CBS is like, we got to get a comic book character too. It's like, well, we can't have Superman. But we'll just have Supergirl, and she's going to make it in the world today. It just felt very Tyler Moore-ish. And you get Ally McBeal in there, and I'm like, I get what you're going for, CBS. Like, what's going to be next? Is like Dr. Quinn Medicine Woman going to be working next door? Like, I get it. Like, what are you trying to do here? It's very, very weird. It's very CBS.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Got to have a whole character. Got to have a fresh face.
Oh yeah.
It'll be interesting to see how the Flash works with. It would be interesting to see how the Flash works with that CBS kind of dynamic on Supergirl.
You mean money?
Yes.
Well,
that's CSI money.
Mainly the showrunners on that also work on, like our executive producers are also with CW shows, so I think they already have a lot of that in play.
Oh God, yeah. I mean, it's Greg Berlanti and his crew. I mean, hell, CBS just owns CW anyway, but yeah, I've been sitting there. I'm kind of looking forward to the crossover. I'm not sure they're going to do it because they painted themselves in a corner, but I'm really curious because they have mentioned Lois Lane will pop in, and I want that. I'm not going to lie. I want that to be Erica Durance because Erica fucking Durance. Done. And I want it to be Tom Welling, which isn't going to happen to be the Superman, but that's just what I want.
That'd be amazing.
The whole Flash thing is that he's popped into her reality by accident because he runs so fast that he just trips and falls sideways into her reality or something. I don't know what happens, but but they've already set up like the multiverse type idea in Flash because you saw her like running through, which I don't know why the portals between Earth 1 and Earth 2. It's like, oh, this is just you got to run really really fast, but you're gonna see images. Like I don't know how that works, but you're gonna see things. Just try.
How much of a fucking letdown was it that you didn't see like twice as many images during the thing? That felt like such a missed opportunity.
Seeing 90s Flash, John Wesley Shipp as 90s Flash for a second.
Yes! That was awesome.
Exactly. Like shit, even if you see all of the Supermen, all of them, I'm talking George, Chris, fucking, oh Christ, Dean Cain, I don't give a shit. Yeah. And then you can literally sit there and see Dean Cain in a picture with the Supergirl and be like, he looks familiar. I don't know why.
There's so many Easter eggs they could have thrown in there. And
yeah, it was wasted.
Yeah, it was. But I just don't know why Supergirl just can't exist. Like, why can't he just ran to Metropolis and, I just don't understand why they can't do that. But of course, it's probably going to be one of those Earth 2, who knows, situations. So.
Wait, speaking of DC, someone explain this to me. So you got what's it called? Metropolitan City, or wherever it is that she's at. I forget what that's called. I don't know.
National City.
National City. I'm sorry. Yeah. City, whatever that is. Third City, and then you have Coast City, and then you have Central City, and Star City, Starling City, right? So you have all these places. But then Legends of Tomorrow, when you first find Firestorm, they're in Pittsburgh. What?
Yeah. Why are they fucking changing it? I don't know.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense.
The girl with the animal powers, they go to Detroit and get her. It's like, why does Detroit and Pittsburgh exist in the DC universe, but you can't call them other places by their name? It's just a weird choice.
You have all these cities in the universe that exist. You could just
can't go pick up this animal chick from Gotham. Seriously?
Yeah.
Well, no, like what's her name? The one that was in she was the animated person. They had like that brief web series with Arrow, and they brought her on Green Arrow. Like she was based out of Detroit though. Vixen, that's her name.
Oh. You could have had her come from like Bloodhaven or who knows? I mean, I don't even know. There's so many names of cities from DC they could have used. Let's drop Pittsburgh. Why not?
Odd choice. It's like, oh, we gotta stop by Pittsburgh for a second.
Oh, so many missed opportunities, DC. Get on it. Oh my gosh. Well, I am looking forward to that crossover episode. But big question: who wins in the race? I just saw a teaser trailer recently. Supergirl versus the Flash. Who wins in the race? Go.
Flash.
It has to be Flash because I mean he can't fly or have strength. It's like you got to give him something, like it's just super metabolism and always good-looking hair. You got to give him something more than that.
Nick, who are you going with? Flash?
Absolutely Flash.
Okay, I'm gonna say Flash too because he already beats Superman in the comics. They race like 3 times I think.
Yeah.
Most of them are tied, but I think he eventually beats Superman.
He beats. They come very close before he learns to fly.
Yeah.
And then once he starts flying, he can, I believe, outfly him, but he can't outrun him.
Right.
Like he gets noticeably slower running once he can fly.
Yeah. I just saw that. I had to bring that up.
Well, isn't it kind of odd that, like, it's not odd, I'm sure DC's playing this on purpose, so it's like, on TV we have a versus thing going on, and in the movies we have a versus thing going on, but don't ask questions why there's going to be a Flash in our movie that's not the same Flash as the TV show. Just don't pay attention to that part.
Yeah. And people, you probably are going to have people saying, oh, where's that other guy? Why is Flash a different person? I don't understand what's going on. Just watch. Yeah. You will, because the Flash has a lot of viewers right now, and a lot of people just don't understand. I mean, I think Grant Gustin is a great Flash, and I could definitely see him cross over into that universe of Justice League. So I don't know. I'm sure the guy who's going to be playing the Flash is fantastic, but yeah, I don't know. Again, missed opportunity.
I think they're muddying up in waters, though. Like I think Marvel's at least say what you want about like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which is kind of like I like it, but it's not the best.
Mm-hmm.
We're trying to at least like have a straight ahead like unified front where if you have Lady Sif show up on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., it's like it's the same person.
Yeah.
recognize that. And it's like, that's cool. That's a tie-in. And it's like, and if you went and just recast everybody, like, or just say, well, TV doesn't affect the movies, like, it's a weird disconnect. And especially since we've seen how Marvel's done it so well, that like if DC keeps wanting to ape Marvel by having this, like, we got to have a big team up movie right now, and then solo movies after whatever, it just seems very backwards.
It's disconjointed. And the real bitch is that, honestly, movies have not been where DC's been at for a while. Don't get me wrong, they can still do shit, but they've been kicking ass on television, and now they're like, we want to get all our main people off of television, we want to get all this shit. And on top of it, even though we have these series, and they're extremely successful, more so than our movies usually are, let's not bring the people from that series up, because they just fucking cast a new guy for Flash. Grant Gustin's killing it, and they got a new guy for Flash for the movies.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, isn't it funny too that they basically disbanded the Suicide Squad on Arrow? So now, because we've got a new Suicide Squad movie coming out. We don't want to confuse.
Amanda Waller on on Arrow, straight up this killer, and it's like, oh, by the way, she's going to be in Suicide Squad. Just don't ask questions. It's fine.
Yep. It's fine. Everything's fine.
I don't know. Like, it feels like
it's weird. It's
continuous. I mean, we as comic book fans, we get that you can have different creative teams telling different stories with these characters, and you have to acknowledge, like, hey, like, this Spider-Man's Ultimate Spider-Man. This is Amazing Spider-Man. So they're different Spider-Mans, right? So you get that. But as, like, the general audience, like, if you tried anything like say the Spider-Verse thing that just happened, people would just be so confused and mad about it that because we saw a movie where you had freaking Tobey Maguire, what's the last guy who just played Spider-Man?
Andrew Garfield.
Yeah.
And then this new kid, if you had them all show up at once, I would lose my mind, but people would be like, I don't understand what's going on.
Yep. Yeah.
You know what they really need to start doing? They need to just sit there and be like, hey, you remember how they used to have it in comics of, like, a little fucking star in, like, comic 382, blah, 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 and all the details you want to get the backstory? Here, look it up. They need to make a singular digital copy of, hey, look at all these. If to be ready for the movie, you should read this. It's free. It's online. Access it here. Done.
And you're kind of seeing that with like Batman versus Superman. They're having a prequel comic kind of set up to that movie, and there's like 5 issues, and you like read it through each character. So you're kind of getting that in a way, but I don't know. It would be nice to see that though for shows. Definitely, I hear what you're saying.
I just don't see why they don't have fucking television shows become movies and then go back to television shows again.
I know, I'm all for it. I as what Paul said, and you said, it's a disconnect. They're really trying to reach for the the common Joe who has no idea what's going on. Like, oh, who's that? Oh, okay, now I know. That's why they repeat in every beginning of every show. My name is Barry Allen. I'm the fastest man alive.
I'm really not. I'm fast, but my voice reduces speed. No big deal. Longest intro in the entire bunch. I'm fast.
And there you go. Yeah, well, they do that every show. They want to try to, in case you didn't watch the last episode, oh, what is this about? Oh, okay, it's about a guy who's fast and this happened to him, blah, 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 So that's the CW formula, and you kind of see that to a degree in Supergirl, which I just started watching, Nick. So I'm working my way up.
Eventually.
I'll finish it in a couple years.
But Paul, we're gonna finish up soon. But I did see. I was listening to a little bit more of the podcast earlier today and yesterday. You had a guy named Joe on talking about the Division. Are you guys big in the Division?
Yeah, that guy Joe, my co-host Joe. Yes, Joe, who's been with me for almost every single episode we've done. He and Jonathan, who I've had on one other time. They both bought the Division for separate systems. I have not bought it at all for either system, so I figured it'd be best to have people that know the game to talk about it. He's liked it a lot. Jonathan's liked it a great deal.
Was it John that was the one that was the guest? And fucking goddamn it!
There's too many J names.
There are too many J names. Dude, I've got 7 alone in my personal life.
Yeah, I just know.
And 3 of them are Joe.
As I say,
no, 4 of them are Joe actually.
So many Joes, so many Brians, and so many Matts. It's like it's so bad. Like, so I had to start labeling people with like initials in my phone just to get it straight. But yeah, so Joe, like, he's liked the game a lot. Jonathan's liked the game a lot too. I just feel like for me, since I got kind of burned by Destiny, that I don't want to go and buying another game that requires some grinding time for a console right now, because I just don't have time for that. So it's not because of Destiny being bad. It's just that committing
it takes so much fucking time. I literally bought it because I have friends of mine. I got a PlayStation 4, but I bought it because I have friends of mine that play it, and they were like, "Dude, come on, join us up." And I'm like, "All right, what level are you guys at?" And then I looked. I was like, "There's no fucking way I'm going to be able to play with them for the next month and a half if I just balls out do nothing but it." Fuck that. Division, like shit. Since the game came out to now, I've hit level 30.
Jesus.
Like, yeah, like literally, when we do our Twitch recordings of it, it's me and one of our other co-hosts named Vickle, and we play through it. You hear both of us, but we're sitting there waiting for Stu. I'm not gonna lie.
Dude, I don't have that kind of time, so I'm probably not gonna. That's not gonna happen.
I'm half ready just to fucking
go cut out a life-size cutout of a house front to set up.
I know.
That house, so that's important.
He's got to get ready for the sale. He's got to get ready for the sale.
Gotta sell that house to the silent folks.
As long as the Division actually has enough that you can play single player to get enjoyment out of it, because Destiny does a little bit, but I feel like a lot of the content there you got to have a group. And just because being a grown-up and having responsibilities for, and that's terrible to have those, I'm never on the same time as my friends are, and I can't do anything consistently, and that's what's been frustrating me. And I just don't want to spend $60 on the Division and then play it for 2 weeks and then realize that I'm never going to be online when everybody else is.
Yeah.
I know the feeling.
But Rocket League, though, now that's a game that I've bought both for Xbox and PlayStation. And I just hope my friends are on, because that's like I can play like 2 or 3 matches of that and just have a good time.
Hang on,
I'm all about that as well.
PlayStation 4?
Yeah, I have. I ended up buying both systems and having buyer's remorse the same day of buying both systems.
Which one do you like more, honestly?
I don't know. Like, it really depends. Like, if it just comes right down to it, I love the Xbox controller more than the PlayStation 4 controller. But it's just because I have these gorilla hands, and I'd rather just have a larger, heavier controller. But both have their pros and cons. And I don't know. Like, I like them both. It's just that it really comes down to exclusives, and that's the reason why I think I grabbed both of them, because I knew there'd be something for both that I'd want to get eventually.
Oh, I know.
But now I'm stuck with friends having both systems. Well, I'm sorry, having one or the other, and then I get this peer pressure to buy a game, and I'm like, I'm not buying it twice, except for Rocket League, which I did buy twice.
Well, fuck it. We both have Rocket League. Are you busy after this fucking show? I'm not even joking.
We'll do some Rocket League.
Rocket League, son.
I'm terrible at it, but I love it.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah,
doesn't matter at all. Are you busy after this?
Actually, I am.
Fuck!
But one day we will do a Rocket League with Paul.
Yeah, and they'd be like, well, where's that guy driving around in circles in the corner? I'm like, that must be Paul.
I don't know. It could be Nick, though.
Could very well be me.
Yeah, we don't know how it happened. He actually literally ran out of gas in the corner. We don't know how it happened.
I didn't think you could, but god damn it, he did it.
He'll find a way.
Like, my car will be up on blocks. Like, he'll turn around and be like, what happened? Like, I don't know. There's this nice guy.
His rims got jacked. His tires got jacked. Oh.
Like, you'll see a little person on the field actually get squished by the large ball, and that will be me.
Well, we'll definitely have to play sometime. We'll have to get everybody on there.
Last week, we played a little bit, and there was just some douchebag asshole on the team that we were on, and I made it a point to not play.
Well, at one point, you were just like you.
I fucking rammed him. Nothing but running.
Yeah.
If I was playing either against him, which meant I was also playing against Stu, or I was just hitting him out of the way.
Well, you made your intentions very clear.
Fuck this guy.
I loved it though when you just flipped on the hood of your car and then you just spun around in a circle, just in the goal, just
I've had friends just
not giving a single fuck.
stand their car like on the rear end straight up, like the car standing up, and I've had friends sit in the goal like that and just not care.
Yeah.
So, I don't know how they did it, but they did it.
It depends on the vehicle. Like if you can get the Sweet Tooth, which you know how to unlock if you check out our unlock video, which is just get a win in every car. There you go. You don't have to watch it.
Video then. Thanks for the tip. No.
All right.
You don't have to watch it now. It's fine. Well, you've got me on the phone. It's fine. You just get a win in every one of the cars, and you can get Sweet Tooth. Boom. But Sweet Tooth's got a nice flat back end. Just jump to the back of it, and one of my favorite things to do is get one of those 100 boosts, jump on your ass end, and just wait for something to be coming at you. And when you think they're about to get a goal, just rocket to the fucking ceiling. Just hit boost all the way up. It's very interesting to see.
I enjoy that game. I'm quite bad at it, but yeah, I would look forward to playing with you guys, and then you guys will never speak to me again because like that guy's really bad.
No,
it'll be fine. Trust me. We've played with worse. Worse comes to worse. We can at least. He's not Tony. Stu, he's not Tony. That's all I have to say.
Oh no.
He's not Bony Tony. He's
Can't
good.
get as bad as that, but yeah, that's.
As long as you can, as long as you aren't hitting your head on the desk with the controller smashing against something else, you've already won comparatively.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, okay, if you set the bar there, I think I'll do okay.
Then you're fine. You're fine. All right, boys. This was excellent. We're gonna have you on again sometime soon, if you don't mind.
Yeah. Hey, Paul, where can they hear Invasion of the Podcast? How can everybody listen to you?
So okay, we don't have
a segue to get there, but it's fine.
we don't have a page like you guys do, which we're not tech savvy, but we'll work on that eventually.
We'll put yours on for it too. There.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
We're on Podbean. Like you can go to Invasion of the Podcast on Podbean. We're also available on iTunes and Stitcher, so both Android and Apple. We have a Facebook page, Invasion of the Podcast, which finally I decided to go through and unclick some of the options so people can actually tag us and things now.
Yeah.
So,
I've done it actually recently.
Yeah, like when we first set it up, it was a default, so I just thought, well, that's just the way Facebook works. Like an old person, like I'm like, all right, I guess that's what has to happen. I never bothered looking at it, So we figured that out. It's only been a year, And we also have Twitter, which is Invading Podcast at Twitter, and Invading Podcast at Gmail. So. Yeah, that's the ways to get a hold of us. We are trying to do giveaways, and I'm sure you guys listen to the show. Like we have a cool X-Files shirt that we're trying to give away. If people would listen and interact with us, we have that. We have we have 2 loot crates here full of stuff that we want to give people. So we figured giving stuff away would be a good thing. So.
I'm not gonna lie, it's a very good way of getting people.
Yeah. Well, real quick,
free.
Did you guys go to Wizard World at all?
I did not.
I went the year, not this year, but last year.
Okay, so I just walked around giving out stickers of the show, and people love stickers. It's amazing. It's 2016. People are really excited for a sticker still, so that was a good thing. So,
it's astounding, isn't it?
Hey, it's better because business cards get thrown away. Stickers people are actually happy about. So that's
Fuck yes.
That's true.
So, well, yeah, that's how you can find us out. So we're recording on Monday. We'll have a new episode up on Wednesday probably, and we'll have more people fighting each other, like not literally, but in our bracket that we're doing.
Metaphorically so. I like it.
Yeah, metaphorical fighting.
I like it as well. Well, we will be listening in on it. I've got a few contenders I'm looking forward to. I don't want to give them away right now because I got a feeling they might die pretty quickly because they're going to. But that's just me. I'm curious though. Bane is, I'm hoping, Dark Knight Bane, right?
Yeah, it's not Bane from Batman and Robin Bane.
Making
So
sure.
we got Bane going against Harley Quinn in the next round, and we also have here's the one that I would be sad about because this might not go the way I want it. It's Omega Red versus Moon Knight. That's not going to go so hot.
Oh. All right.
R.I.P. Crazy Batman.
Actually, you know what?
You never know, though.
I think it's a full moon that day, and
Yep.
fuck yes.
Full
Full moon.
If it's a full moon, and yeah, he's all the way.
Got a stipend for the month. You know, he's
He's feeling good.
Bush's baked beans. He's good to go.
He just found a dog that likes him, so you're good.
Yeah.
Just
That's
found
his-
a pair of pants that are not that bad off. Just wear them. You're good.
That's his new cohort. It's instead of having just trash can that he has to carry across places, now you have a dog with one leg
Oh.
that observed Bruce Wayne's parents dying with one eye, and Sarah McLachlan's song always in the background,
Survive the death, and
and in his
the
heart.
new sidekick. Oh, I love it.
I look forward to it.
Yes, me too.
All right, guys. Thank you for watching or listening. Either one you want to put this as, because let's be honest, you're listening. This has been Geek Eclectic, and we are extremely thankful to have not Joe, but Paul from Invasion of the Podcast.
Thank you, Paul.
You're welcome. And Joe's a great guy too. I'm just gonna throw that out there. So
I'm sure he is. I don't trust it anymore because, I don't know.
all glory to Joe.
You know what? I didn't see him in my beer froth like a month ago when I looked, and I was very sad by that. That was probably the first episode I actually watched because you guys are sitting there, you're like, Joe, you'll find him in the foam of your beer coming right out like a genie. I don't know why. It's literally always stuck in my head since then. I don't know why it is, but it's there.
So yeah, I see him in everything that I do. I'm gonna go make an omelet now. It's gonna have his face in it. It'll be amazing.
All right, Paul, thank you for being on tonight,
Yeah,
and I will
thank you.
talk to you soon. I also just sent you our, well, at least mine. I'll send you Stu's in a minute or two. The PlayStation namesake.
Oh,
Yeah.
excellent.
Oh, but shit! Before we go, how excited are you that Microsoft just fucking announced cross counseling?
The wording of it's odd. So
I-
we'll see what the plans are.
I know, but they're sitting there going like, "Hey, you want to play the PlayStation 4? Go for it." It sounds weird when I read into it more, but it's still. I'm like, okay, so finally someone thought that this was a good idea. Okay, I guess.
As long as they let the games themselves come up with the way they do matchmaking and friends lists, I'm fine with that.
Yes. Unless they have a phenomenal way of doing it, and somehow the games fuck it up. Because I don't want like a Battlefield 4 where I have to then be in the group, but in the same squad. But I can't just be on the same team, because that means I only have 4 people I can play with.
Well, as long as I can press X and invite everybody into my Rocket League party, I don't care.
I'm
Hell
good
yeah.
with that. I'm actually good with that. All right, guys. Thank you for being on. I will talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.